Hello people. My main video, which I just made about a week ago, is the JMCamp Campaign 2020, number 1, 222001. Now I'm going to make some short videos about major national issues, how I see them, and what my recommended solutions are. This policy position video number 2 is about racism. The main reason we have this problem with racism in America is because it's not really a conflict between white people and black people. The real conflict is between segregationists and integrationists. Just like the Civil War, it was between slave owners and abolitionists. The slave owners are now segregationists, and the abolitionists are now integrationists. I'm an integrationist. I would like to live in an integrated community, an integrated neighborhood, racially integrated, ethnically integrated. I would also be just as happy as if it were religiously integrated. But you see, the problem is in the United States of America, we have never had the right to integrate enforced. Any group of people, a neighborhood, a school, a workplace, a substantially large workplace, not a workplace where there are 3 people working, teams have done it. The Army has done it. Any group, and you can explore that, but a group of people who want to be in an integrated environment should have a right to integration, and we can pass laws that define and uphold the right to integration. What has happened over the past at least 100 years or 150 years is that the segregationists have gotten their way every time. They make laws that make it impossible for black people to buy a home in a white neighborhood or white people to buy a home in a black neighborhood. So much has been done by the federal, state, and local governments to promote and protect segregation. There are books about it. The book I'm reading right now is The Color of Law by an author named Rothstein. Fantastic book, depressing to read, to know that our local, state, and federal governments have been promoting segregation, using the law for so long, and the courts have even upheld it, making the ridiculous judgment that an agreement between a buyer and an owner that the house shall never be sold to an African American is a private agreement and not governed by federal or state law. Total nonsense. It just was a gimmick so the segregationists can have their way and they get their choice. We don't get ours. I cannot make a plan and implement a plan to live in an integrated environment, or work in an integrated environment, or learn in an integrated school, and on it goes. So that's my proposal to solve this problem. We need new laws that define and uphold a right to integration so that people can plan and implement integration in groups by race, by ethnicity, by religion, even by age. And you've got to keep in mind the segregationists have had their way since colonial times, and they've always said, well, it's just people making their decisions, individual decisions, and that apparently has never been true. It's always been supported by the law. The segregationists have gotten their way, and I think they often use, if your eyes are open and your brain is engaged, you can see that one way they get their way is by violence or the threat of violence. Well, we have to tell them that's not going to work anymore. If we have a right to integration, people of different racial groups will live together and their children will grow up together. And if their children grow up together, no one will be able to tell them that the other race is evil or the enemy. Black people will have white friends, white people will have black friends, and they will know who they can trust and who they should not trust. Obviously, this could be an elaborate discussion, but that's it in a nutshell. Thanks for listening. Next, I will be talking to you in my next video about the 2-party baseball teams.